Todd standing. I am the man who takes people out live into the field and has either live interact with or eyewitness a Sasquatch. This is my live show. This is my first May show. Expeditions are coming. Oh my God, people are getting so excited. So I guess this is kind of an announcement, but so here in Canada, May is still snowy on the ground. It's not a great time to be doing research in my experience. So especially at the higher altitudes, it's quite it's just not melted. I was out a couple weeks ago and my truck got stuck. So but I'm going back. My four-wheel drive wasn't working. I'm going back with four-wheel drive and chains and this weekend and getting ready for, so I'm going to announce it in case people don't know. So I'm going to Nia Bay, Washington State, Nia Bay. Oh my God. I haven't been there because of the whole what's been going on for the last couple of years. Um, but I miss Larry and Analia. I miss Nia Bay. Man, that place is just incredible for Sasquatch encounters. I mean, you literally go into the store. There's one store there, like a little mini grocery store, and half of the book section is Sasquatch and Bigfoot books, and the other half is like every other kind of book in the whole world. And I thought someone was like, what was that, punking me or pranking me? I was literally going, was this a joke? When have you ever been into a book area? It's just a book area about the size of a bedroom, let's say, and seen half of the books are about Sasquatch and Bigfoot, and the other ones are about hunting and what's going on in the world and the National Enquirer and People Magazine, and the other half is all Bigfoot. So these people, and then they have Bigfoot track thingies and Bigfoot carvings and Bigfoot chainsaw statues, and everybody's got a story about Bigfoot. So I'm I'm thrilled to be going back there. I really expect in the not so distant future something special is going to happen where discovering Bigfoot is going to have a stronghold out in this area, just because I intend to go there every year. And this year, just by coincidence, it's my first ever all lady expedition. So me and three really, really amazing ladies. Kate, that I've met from Colorado and who's been trying to get out with me for years. She couldn't come to Canada because of the whole COVID thing. And then I've got Caitlin from Idaho, who's incredibly passionate about Sasquatches. I'm training her so she can go back to Idaho and start getting success with the Sasquatch there that she is already getting good success with. And then Vivian, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention your names. It might be ticking people off. So, but anyways, I'm really excited about it. I know my expeditioners are, and it's so I'll be gone. And actually, there'll be two expeditions. There'll be one right after that. So I'm going to keep that one a secret. It's basically so I go all the way up. I'm in Calgary, as where I'm starting from, at Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Then I'm going all the way down to through Montana, and then into Washington State. Conveniently enough, the two ladies are in Idaho, the two Kates, and then I pick up Vivian at the airport. But anyway, the point of me telling you this is when I come back, I'm going to stop at a very special spot and do an expedition there. And it's extremely likely that these expeditions will be on here on the YouTube channel. So the only reason they wouldn't be is if I get the most sick Sasquatch footage ever, then it'll be in a movie and it'll be coming up really soon. But I just expect to have tremendous success. And I don't know, maybe you never can tell what I'm going to do. Because the California Bigfoot footage, I filmed that a long time ago. That was like 2018. And right after I filmed it, right when I came back, I have footage of a Sasquatch in California, a mediocre video, and then a decent video. Like I'd say a 5 out of 10 good video, and then like a 3 out of 10 where a Sasquatch is just kind of staring at me, waiting for me to put the apples out. But I put those up. Like I didn't put the videos up, but I put up stills, and it ticked off the distributors. It ticks off the uh, the people that are financially supporting me that want it for the documentary. But I am so grateful for you guys, the support you guys give me and whatnot. So you can actually go into that, because that's going to be the big coup de grace in this next documentary that I'm doing, that I'm finishing up right now. It'll be that Sasquatch footage, and it's something to get very excited about because it's all coming together. And I'm so excited to be working with my new distributor, my new network. I have worked for Discovery Channel at length, quite a few networks, but Discovery Channel quite a bit. Um, the science, all the most, except the big ones. So Discovery Channel, I was on Netflix, Amazon Prime, and it was distributed by Warner Brothers. So these are the big networks that were the big monsters that were distributing me. I'll say it. I don't want to be derogatory, but I'm with a, a new building network, a new powerful network with very powerful people in it, and man, they are a, they're going to be a big deal, and I'm really excited to be working with them because they have other documentaries I can't talk about yet that they've got involved. Basically, what I'm sure of is they have two titans, big documentary guys that are doing really really powerful stuff, and that's why they snapped up Discovering Bigfoot, because Discovering Bigfoot was the biggest documentary of all time on the biggest network of all time in 2018. So they've snapped me up. They see the value from what I'm doing. They want to unleash me to move forward for this discovery in ways that I can do, and I'm very excited to be working with them. So let's get to some questions. I will be doing, anyways. I went to go see if there were any questions on Facebook or Instagram. I didn't see any, so we'll go straight into here. Hello, Boom. Hello, Andy. Tate, are you free for an interview on my podcast? Oh my God, Tate, I'm like so. This is not the time of year for me to ask for interviews. This is not the time because I'm going out for expeditions, I'm preparing for expeditions, and I'm finishing a movie. So but I'm committed. I'm not even doing my Throwback Thursday and Sasquatch Sunday right now. Which there won't be Throwback Thursdays likely, but there's going to be Sasquatch Sundays of the expeditions. That's really exciting, guys. This year, excuse me, is what I'm going to do is I posted some expedition stuff, and people loved it. I loved it. So I'm just going to basically go out with my camera, and every 7 days out there, I'll come back with two videos of me talking about what's going on, and I'll post them up on YouTube. They'll be between 10 and 20 minutes long, and there'll be two videos of me boots on the ground on expedition. Win or lose, if there's Bigfoot, cool. If there's not, we'll talk about the bears, we'll talk about the elk, the moose, the deer, the mountain lions, the wolves, all the amazing things that happen on expedition, that just happen to be in Bigfoot habitat. So we'll go into that. Like, there's always tons of stuff to talk about. So hello, Don. Hello from Portugal. What's up, Ton? Sorry, I can't really see the names very well. Wild Beast Stampede. That's kind of a cool name. Hello, everybody. Where's the questions? Laugh my ass off. Really half. Salute. Maybe it's better on. It's much better when I take my glasses off. Over prescription. Boom, boom, boom. The Sasquatch. For those of you who don't know, the Sasquatch call themselves the Boom. Hi from Bear Mountain. And that's interesting too. So a lot of people here are talking about Boom. I hear all these new names that people are talking about with Sasquatch, and that's cool. But the Cree call them this, Winchester-Tonga that, Junaquah, Sasquatch, Oma, all these different names that the native people have called them, and respect, and that's cool. I use the word Sasquatch, but maybe we should start rethinking that a little bit, huh? Because the Sasquatch want to be called Boom. In our language, in English, it's Boom is what they want to be called. Boom, boom. That's what they want to be called. And if we start calling that, no one's going to know what the hell we're talking about. But maybe the reason I'm saying this is maybe keep that in mind when you go and you're out and you're doing stuff with the Sasquatch. Put that in your mind, because I'm always thinking about what to call them. Like when I was in the beautiful area of Nordegg, the natives called them Winchester-Tonga, which means tall teacher, which I think is beautiful. What an incredible, amazing name. And but that's what the natives called them, and that's cool for me to say that. But that's not what they call themselves. I call myself Todd, and other people might call me other names. Some of them probably not very good. But I'd prefer to be called Todd, and I think they prefer to be called the Boom. So just when you're out there, when you're putting your energy out there, when you hear the boom, keep that in your head. That's their name. Oh, the Boom is here. Because it's they love to be called the Boom. I promise you that, guys. That to them is that'll take you to another level if you can understand that. Giving them that respect, referring to them as that, boom. And it's not so much verbalizing. It's in your head, it's in your intentions, right? Get that feeling out there and admire that, how much power it takes, how amazing they are to be able to go boom and make that sound. So it helps, it matters. Hi from Bear Paw Mountain in north central Montana on the Rocky Boys. Wow, hey Russell, I know that area, Bear Paw Mountains. That's cool. I love Montana. Question: do you have any updates on your fall Sasquatch expedition with the Insane Clown Posse? ICP. They're coming out. They're doing an expedition. There's your update. It's done. contracts are all done. The dates are done. I can you imagine that, guys? The insane clown posse. And so what happened was they invited me to come out and see them. And with me, it kind of I flow with things. And for some reason, the timing was right. I had the time. Everything worked out perfectly. They said the right things. I was feeling it. So I went out there. I went out to Detroit and I went on the Insane Clown Posse show. Does that sound crazy? But but the people were cool. The guys were impressive. What they are to me is people who found a way to survive and thrive in their urban jungle. Does that make sense? These guys are survivors. These guys thrived. Not even use the word survive. These guys are thriving in areas of Detroit that are fallen down, decrepit, and they grew up in that. And what did they do? They rose up and found a way to thrive in their environment, like the Sasquatch do. And these guys are powerful dudes, and I really found a respect for them, and it's something very new and very different. And I embraced it, and I feel it. So they're coming out. So, and for those of you who might be questioning that and think it's crazy and whatever, you know what? Keep going out with PhDs. Keep doing the same thing, and expect a different result and see what happens. That's the definition of insanity, in case you were wondering. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So I'm doing something that pushes my paradigm. I'm doing something that even takes me out of my comfort zone a little bit, but but it feels right. It all fell into place, and I'll tell you, just things fall into place for me when they match up, and it's wonderful. And I just let it's like a destiny falling into place, like the universe is taking care of me. Some people will call it God or Allah, but things just fall into place for me, and everything seems to be happening for a reason, and that's why I'm so fluid and I'm having such good success, and I feel really good about it. Leave them a bonsai tree, Todd. Well, yeah, never get a hold of you. Bonsai are the most flowering way to show love to nature. But would a bonsai tree survive out where I am? I would have to plant it, wouldn't I? I'd be concerned about that. I have something to give them. So I just went to a beautiful, very spiritual place in Alberta where the Royal Tyrrell Museum is, into a place called the Badlands. And I found some incredible, cool rocks that are from where dinosaurs roamed, millions and millions of years ago. There was an ocean. So I pulled these rocks up and I'm going to make a structure for them this weekend and give that to the Sasquatch. It's a very, very beautiful place. So, hello from Dublin, Ireland. I have lots of Irish blood in me. Hello, James. Thank you for tuning in. The sheer volume of tree breaks I see along the roads in Abbotsford, BC, and Langley. Isn't it insane? Can you imagine, Raven? They're trying to communicate with us, you know? And if you really got an eye for it, be careful because sometimes people make mistakes. A tree break is very, to the trained eye, it is obvious. Like James and I don't know who's on here. My expedition, like Kyle, will tell you. My expeditioners will be like, "Oh yeah, that's a tree break." Like they get it really, really well. Like I quiz them, I push them, I put them to task. There's multiple things to look for. But can you imagine if you're right and they are all tree breaks, which I believe you are, all through Abbotsford and Langley? It's crazy. And they're trying to communicate and we just ignore it. Or people just don't not one person is going, that's a little odd, right? Except Fish and Wildlife, they seem to come cut them down. And I don't mean the ones that are over the trail blocking. They go into the bush and cut them down. So something very interesting going on there that doesn't make any sense to me. So Island Girl. So is that Island? Is that Vancouver Island? You want to go to? We'll get it together, girls. We'll get it together. There'll be lots of stuff going on. So my expeditions are. You don't even. Gosh, there's just. I'm gonna expand so much, so dramatically, because so many people need to do this, and it has to be. I want to make this available for everybody to do this kind of stuff. So there's going to be something. This new network that I'm working with is going to help me find ways to get everybody out doing expeditions, just maybe not guided by me, but guided by people that are trained by me or like-minded by me. So we got to expand because it's such an important discovery. There's a place in Washington called ECETI where you can go and have a Bigfoot experience. I went and it was great. Well, awesome. That's so cool. That's a big acronym. Hello, brother. Todd from Blakester, Branson, Missouri. Hope all is well. Yes, everything is very well. Thank you for tuning in. The size of them is startling. This is Raven D. Yeah, the breaks. I think you're talking about. It's crazy how they could do that. It's just totally crazy. There's Royal Collations. Shalom Aloka. Peace to you. Peace back to you, my friend. Thank you for tuning in today. Hello from Oregon. I love Oregon. Fuzzy Tiger, tell me more. What's Fuzzy Tiger talking about? Who's Fuzzy Tiger? I didn't see anything from that. Jason, are Sasquatch using the same game trails as other animals or making their own trails? Oh, Jay. This is my Jay, right? Yeah, this is Jason's shoe. Both. Both. Like I find that like on a trackway, if I'm following a Sasquatch trackway and he's gonna lose me, he'll walk on a really well used game trail and not leave any marks. Or in the wintertime, they'll walk on the game trails again to hide their footprints because the ungulates use the game trails and their footprints are much more like 1,000 ungulate tracks. You'll never see a Sasquatch track over that. So to hide their tracks is very easy. But yeah, when they go down when they go down a game trail, they're gonna be in high alert mode, right? Because it's a game trail. It's on the beaten path. So I'll tell you, if you ever saw a Sasquatch on a human trail, I don't even know what they would just be like. Not happy, not cool at all, because they like to be covered by the bush. But when I do see their trackways on game trails, I see that their precision, their their movement, their everything is like a you know tech the technique is there. When they're in the bush, it's play, it's walk around, it's have some fun. It's hey, the trees are blanketing me. This is my home and I'm safe here. So that's one thing I'll tell you is a big difference. So and I know you understand that. Obviously, you all understand that. Is so they're much more at home. They feel much more safer when they're just in the bush, backcountry, cruising around, and they move through the craziest fall down, broken up, busted tree areas. Like I can't even. It's shocking to me how they can just fly through certain areas. So like no bear could do. Like maybe a mountain lion could move fluidly like they do. But the things I've seen them do, like I remember seeing a Sasquatch one time running, and there was a whole bunch of trees all up on top that had just fallen down naturally. It was just in the wilderness. I was like, oh man, he's gonna have to stop. I know that section of trees. He's gonna have to stop, and I'm gonna get a look at him. And he literally, you could see him running, and he bent. So how do I do it in his body? Like he bent his whole body and like reached, like it looked like he was reaching down to touch his toes to make himself really slim, and he went right through the spot where it actually went like he squeezed through it at probably 20 miles an hour. And I remember him like he went up, like he squeezed and went up, and boom, his feet were right back on the ground moving. Like I had never saw anything like that. I think a mountain lion could do that, but I'm sure a mountain lion could do that. But a mountain lion's different, right? They just stretch to go long. Whereas a Sasquatch had to literally like squash himself down. Like just imagine touching your toes and compressing your body so tight and just managing through that. Like that was unreal. And it was a good sized Sasquatch too. He was about at least 8 feet tall, not a fully grown. He was a teenage male, I would think. And just to see him move like that was just ridiculous. But yeah, so really, really, uh, yeah, both and everything. I mean, it's their habitat, it's their home, right? So, and maybe even, it's different from each Sasquatch too. I remember seeing a young Sasquatch walking lackadaisically on a trail that was very rarely used by people, and he left some tracks on it. And yeah, so also it depends on the Sasquatch. So there's a lot of variables. This kind of reminds me of a question like, what's a Sasquatch like? What are people like? You can go to some people and you go onto their property and you fall down and they're gonna, you know, clothe you and feed you and let you spend the night. You go to other people's property and they'll shoot you, right? So Sasquatch are different. They're completely sentient individuals that have different thinkings. And then at different times and different, sometimes a sow grizzly bear is going to just want to stay away from you. Another day she's pissed off. She's going to tear, moody, right? Wild animals. Who knows what their mindset is? Who knows what they're thinking at the time? So many factors. So what I'm trying to tell you is try not to just put parameters around these guys and think they adhere to that because they'll break them. These guys are everything. They walk on trails, off trails, up trees, down trees, no trees, through the rocks. You're banging on your window some days. So what I see more than anything is individuals that have such a broad base of, oh my god, I can't believe it. Oh, I can't believe he did that. I can't believe he did that. I'm at the point now where how many times am I going to say that before I go, you know what? The first thing you should know about these guys is they're capable of anything and everything. They are that amazing. They're that incredible. And all the evidence substantiates that and supports it. These guys are absolutely awesome. So uh, don't try to. It's almost too like some Chinese guy breaks into your car and all Chinese people are thieves. What are you talking about? You know, you can't stereotype a human. You can't stereotype people. You shouldn't stereotype races, and you certainly don't stereotype a Sasquatch. And what are the Sasquatch going to be like out in Ontario, in your area, right? So very. I don't like to make a question too complicated. I probably did that, but just that's a lot of information there. Hi Todd, I'm speaking to you with my mind and with the chat. Hello, Smiley Durite. You're speaking with your mind. What are you trying to say? Oh my god, I kind of like that. Smiley, give me a second. Speaking to me with your mind. What are you trying to say? I see a picture, Smiley Durite, in your mind of a cabin out in the wilderness, and I don't know why. So tell me I'm wrong. I don't know why. I see a cabin out in the wilderness, trees around it, on a bit of a hill. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. It's a little practice in my empathic ability. Hello, Royal Creations. Boom. Good day from Australia, the land of the Yowie. Man, I'm coming to Australia. I've got so much call to Australia. It's a crime I haven't gone to Australia yet. A total crime, and I feel so guilty. Hey, Todd, where's the pretty girl? Ashley is not here today, unfortunately. So, hello from Southwest Michigan. Hello, Southwest Michigan. Uh, I have a Michigan thing that's going on. Funny you mentioned that. So, Dan the Beast Severn is from Michigan, and I've been talking to him about doing an expedition. He's a former UFC heavyweight champion of the world. He calls me, and it says Michigan on it. Hello from California. Hello, Julie. I believe there's a Sasquatch in the Mammoth area. Well, they're in California. I was just talking about a Sasquatch I filmed in Northern California. So, and then the Claudia Ackley incident where she has was just a piece of footage of Sasquatch. Is it a video or photo? I don't remember. It's so long ago. But she actually filmed a Sasquatch not very far outside of Los. I couldn't believe they were there. See, this even goes back to Jason's questions a few minutes ago. I was in the area going, it's impossible for a Sasquatch to have been in this freaking area. There's houses all over the place. Like, how would you even get in here? Apparently, there's kind of a little corridor, maybe about quarter mile wide of trees that goes all the way up in the bush. But this is like into, you know, deep into the suburbs of, not deep, but it's into an area of Los Angeles, for God's sake. But I did my investigation, and I have to conclude that I'm 100% convinced Claudia Ackley filmed a Sasquatch in this area of California. And so, that being said, there's another thing that it's impossible they're there, and then they were there. So they should never be in that whole area where there's people all over the place, and there were young ones there even. Not just the big one she filmed in the tree, but there were young ones running around, and it's like they were there, and I don't know, 100 people must have seen them over the course. I don't know. So just when you think you know with these guys, they'll blow your mind, and I'm just at the point where I just go, okay, yeah, it's amazing. So I still have a BS meter though. I still see people talking BS and stuff. So I still have that meter. Do you think they get Lyme disease? Yes. I mean, they're our closest living relatives. They may actually be. It's not may. They actually are the same species as us. They can breed species definitions. They can breed with us and produce viable offspring. They have done that. It's in the DNA. So they should be injured by Lyme disease. But then again, I don't know. Maybe it's in their bloodstream to have immunities to that, right? I don't know. Hi from Georgia. Have there ever been encounters in that huge hotel in Banff? I know it's a hotspot. Encounters? No, I've never heard of a Sasquatch encounter. In, you're talking about the Fairmont, obviously. I go there once in a while, and no, never any. I've never heard of anybody, because even that hotel is surrounded by a golf course. What I do is I've been to like the Banff Mountain Film Festival. I was featured there, and I was talking to Discovery Channel. I met a Discovery Channel executive who came there to meet me about doing a show with him. And I told him, I pointed up in the hills, I go, there's Sasquatch up over there. But that was up over on the other side of up on the mountains far away. Never heard of even, that's, what's impressive, honestly, is I don't even really get much for sightings at all that I've heard of around Banff, but I don't hear everything. So, what's up, Todd? Greetings from sunny Glendale, Arizona. Hello, Arizona. Yes, I made it when it just started. Happy, maybe 4th. Yes, happy 4th. That's Lars. Hello, Todd from Alabama. I love Alabama. There's Sasquatch in the Talladega Forest. Hello, everyone. Hello, Kyla. You're back. You're addicted again, aren't you? Todd, thank you for all you do. Well, you're welcome. This is from Mr. Rogers Holmes. You're very welcome. So, hello from Fort Erie, Ontario. Wow, Ontario. So cool. Hey, Todd, what's the usual size for Sasquatch? Would you say it's usually, well, like I was just saying, I don't like to do a usual, but for males, yeah. And no, not 7 feet, 9 feet. So I don't have experience with Texas Sasquatch. As far as I go, even though I didn't see a Sasquatch in Alabama, but I know they're in the Talladega Forest. I saw the signs and the tracks. I even think even the Talladega Forest, they just seem not just based. I'm seeing a 16 3/4 inch track. That's here. They're 17, you know, and heavy. So I think they're just from Alabama. And if they're 9 feet in Alabama, and I would speculate, I would lean heavily towards them being 9 feet tall in Alabama. And then the tallest one I've seen here is what 9'8". So, and that's north, and that's not much of a disparity in size, because black like deer down around Alabama and Texas, they're literally like I look at them and go, what is that? What's the matter with those deer? There's so many babies. They are literally half the size. Yeah, half the size. Maybe less, but let's just say conservatively, the deer are half the size. The Sasquatch are not half. The Sasquatch are 90% as big. There's a 10% disparity, right? From 9 feet to 9'8". So even if it's 10 feet tall, that's only a 10% disparity. And I think they probably would get that big in Alaska. So, but, and this is males I'm talking about. Females, I need to do a lot of work. I have to do a lot of, I think females are, 8 feet-ish tall, but I don't, I don't have enough experience with them. So, hey Todd, have you ever listened to Sasquatch Chronicles? Of course, absolutely. I was on the Sasquatch Chronicles. I know Wes. Wes knows me. So, hello Canada. Thank you, Jeff. Where are you from? Little Prout 43. Hello. Hey Todd. May 4th. May 4th be with you. Jason, shoot. Todd answered that once and said that's separate trail. Yeah. If Jason, did he ask it again? Anyways, background noise with your always background noise. Yeah, well, I have a busy house. I have children here and stuff, so my apologies. Um, so here's the way it is. We've been watching all your shows and videos. Thank you, little sprout. Cool. Kyla, hello, Len from Alberta. Everybody saying hey. Has Sasquatch ever thrown its poop at you? No. No, no, absolutely no, 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 no. Oh my God, my battery's almost dead. So we're gonna have to cut the show short today, guys, because I didn't realize that my battery was low on my phone. So I am getting ready to go back out. Sasquatch has never thrown its poop at me. Hey Todd, Justin from PA. Do you usually have to worry about bears in your travels? I'm always conscious of them. So actually, that's a big part of my survival. I don't worry about them so much as I'm always aware and knowledgeable about them, and always, it's always, if we're walking down a trail and a bear's there, and I have a plan to go down that trail and past it and through, that day's over. That plan is over. We move and we exit out. So bears are, I don't want to call them an issue, but they're a fact of life that I deal with on a regular basis. So we put food away properly. We store our food properly. There's so many things going on because of the bear situation. So, okay, just a couple more questions. Todd, hang on a camera on a tree with a bungee cord so Bigfoot can shoot a video too. Nice. Question: do you have any updates on stopping the group that's trying to? No, as we're still where we sit. The stopping is happening. So I talked about that before. Narrow tracks for younger Sasquatch? No, not really. Kind of the opposite. They're more square when they're younger, which is weird, right? And then they seem to get more rectangular as they get older. So, what's up, Todd? Talk about any new methods you might try this year to get success. Oh, hey, Logan. talk about any new methods you might try this year to get success. I'll talk about that with you. And you know what? There's lots of new things we're trying. This is Logan. This is Texas Logan. You're a beast, dude. I love Logan. He's an expeditioner. He's coming out this year. He was here last year. I'm really excited to have him. Very intelligent Texas Logan. And yeah, we're gonna all the new stuff. What Logan's asking is all the new stuff we're gonna try this year and come out with ideas, Logan. I know you have lots of them. You'll see it on the YouTube videos because we're going to try some new things. And I got lots of new ideas. I'm trying something new this weekend. So that's going to be the show for today, everybody, because my phone's croaking on me. So, yeah. Thanks so much for tuning in. Do I still in touch with Les Stroud? Yes, absolutely. Ever hear of Woodworth? No. So, but anyways, with lots of questions today, guys. Oh, just let me see. Thank you. And I want to say Joe Dirt. Thanks for the donation, Joe Dirt. Was Joe Dirt, and somebody else made a donation. Hi, Todd. Big fan. Love your work. Thank you, Joe Dirt. Really appreciate the donations. I am a full-time Sasquatch researcher. And if you want to support the research of Sasquatch, you can make a donation through my website, discoveringbigfoot.org, or through my Patreon account, because we are fighting. I think most of the people on here, is it fighting? We're devoted to this discovery happening. We're working very hard to make that happen. And I said last year, I said 4 years till the discovery's done. You can quote me on this. 3 years and counting. So I have 3 more years to make this discovery come forward. And I believe that is going to happen. So 3 more years, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, and discovery.